guys, welcome back to my channel. Sas here. I'm here to do another review of the Blac Chyna show. Is it called the Blac Chyna show? The real Blac Chyna, that's it. You all, I am sitting here in front of you to tell you I was wrong. Okay. Now, let me just tell you, I cannot believe how much I enjoyed Blac Chyna's reality show. I am invested. I am all in. And it has nothing to do with the toxic relationship between Blac Chyna and her mother, Tokio Toni. I mean, that is just sad, okay? But I like the show. I really do. I love Ashton. I enjoy Treasure. I just really like how they put her reality show together. It ain't like all of, it's not like some of the reality shows where you can just clock how it's fake, pretend. I think what happened in that kitchen, I think it was real life. I don't think there was no pretending. I think it was real, and honey, it was all kinds of sad. But let's get into it. So, we have Blac Chyna. Alright, she is still upset with what occurred in her kitchen with her mama, Tokio Toni. Tokio Toni is screaming, yelling. She's in the car. She's saying she wanted to get the F out of there. I was thinking to myself, then leave. Okay, then leave. Okay, the way Tokio Toni behaved, I just cannot believe it. I mean, of course, I've always heard that Tokio Toni and Blac Chyna had a toxic relationship. I had no idea it was at this level. Okay. Tokio Toni has to be the most ungrateful mother person I have ever met. Okay. Now, Tokio Toni is inside her vehicle ranting, raving about Blac Chyna not being a respectable daughter, a grateful daughter. This is not how a daughter acts towards her mother. You know, Tokio Toni used the word respect. Excuse me, Miss Toni, Miss Ma'am. You just finished calling your daughter the B word or whore, okay? You called her that too. You also said that her daughter can suck a penis several times. And the entitlement of Tokio Toni, did y'all hear her? She got talking about it's a maximum. She's still on this car. And she was like, it's a Maxima. That's what the maid drives. Ma'am, didn't you tell us that you was homeless? I would think that the Maxima would be very comfortable for you to sleep in. Okay? Are you homeless now or were you homeless? I mean, which one is it? Regardless, it's a car that your daughter bought you. Okay, how long ago was it, y'all, that we seen Tokio Toni tossing boxes? What was it, HelloFresh? One of those, home delivery food services. When was that, y'all? When she was going to work and you was up on that dock just throwing boxes, okay? When that was your job. All right, so, don't come at me with, it's only a Maxima. I mean, honey. Oh my God. Meanwhile, Blac Chyna is losing her mind. Now, I was looking at that scene and I was thinking to myself, Blac Chyna is all real in this scene. You could see it on her face, okay? And not only could you see the pain on her face, you could hear it in her voice. Did y'all hear how she was catching her breath? She was like, honey, she was just all over the place, okay? She could not catch her breath. Honey, Blac Chyna was hurt, all right? She was upset, she was mad, but that was hurt that we heard. She even said it. She said, I love my mom. And if she was to calm down and come in here and act like she got some sense, I would even talk to her again. Even after Tokio Toni said all those venom things to her. Well, you can tell Blac Chyna China wants a relationship with her mother so bad. She can't even stand it. All right. Ashton's there. He's just a listening ear. He's trying to calm, Black China down. And Black China is just like, I can't have this. All right. What mother speaks to their daughter like that? And she's trying to catch her breath. Tokio Toni is still in the car ranting and raving and cursing and saying that she's through with Black China. She's just done. She wanted to get the F out of there. Black China wanted to call the cops, and Ashton was like, no. Don't call the cops because we in a good neighborhood. Don't you worry about that. The neighbors will call the cops. Yes, 911, we have a disturbance. They sound African American. A lot of screaming and yelling. You know that tone. Yeah. So you're right, Ashton. They would have took care of that. But before the cops came, Tokio Toni, she finally left. Okay. So Tokio Toni, I assume the next day, a couple of days later, she's in her hotel room with her security guard, Razza, whatever. And she's just going over what happened the night before. And she is in disbelief that Black China treated her like that. Not one time ever did it come out her mouth, I may have overreacted. Okay. Part of that fight was my fault. She never said that. It was all Black China. She said, did you know she picked up a chair? She was like, I would have wrecked that bee. I would have beat the brakes off her. That's all Tokio Toni kept saying. How she would beat Black China down. How dare she raise that chair to me? Okay? Don't you know what I'm capable of? Don't you know what I could do? Yes, Tokio Toni. We see what you're capable of. We see what you can do. You can be a heartless, entitled, selfish mother. That's what you are, Tokio Toni. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Even if you have a toxic relationship with your grown daughter, I think you could have went about it another way. Instead of thinking that you are owed something. Okay? You're upset because you got a maximum. You're upset because you're not living in $1 million mansion. You're upset because you have to toss boxes from HelloFresh. Well, if you had treated your daughter a little bit better, maybe you will have something better. Maybe you wouldn't be homeless. Maybe you will be staying in that $1 million mansion. Maybe you will be able to see your grandchildren. But no. It's all Black China's fault. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that Black China is perfect. Black China has some words for her mother, too. But come on now, y'all. Tokio Toni came in there with an attitude. She was reckless with her mouth. She was all up on Black China. Black China even tried to give her mama a hug. And Tokio Toni just knocked her away. No, this is not how a mother should act, okay? So, of course, Rozzy, the security guard, is trying to be the voice of reason. He was like, look, this is your daughter, okay? You need to talk to her. She was like, I don't want to talk to her. He was like, you need to talk to her. You're not going anywhere, okay, until this is resolved. She was like, I don't want to see her. I don't want to talk to her. There's nothing that can be said. Meanwhile, Black China is doing a little photo shoot with Ashton for Fashion Nova. She's been working with them for a while, and she's trying to put up some cute pics, okay? I am not a fan of Fashion Nova. The clothes don't fit me. I don't have that body. I don't have the, incaved waistline, the hips, the thighs, and the big old booty. I don't have none of that. I am fluffy, short, and that's it. And a short stout. And a short torso with big boobs. That's my body frame. My body frame is nowhere near Fashion Nova. So anyway, Ashton and Black China is just talking about, what happened the night before, or several days before. Treasure shows up because Treasure wanted to know what went down. Treasure was like, what happened? So they go into, what happened, and Treasure was like, listen, okay, now, I want to hear it from Ashton, because we all know how Black China is. Now, let me stop right there. when Treasure said that, and I was like, what? I mean, Treasure put it out there that she believes what Black China's saying, but Black China tends to tell half-truths, or she makes the story more dramatic than what it was. Is that what y'all got out of it? That's what I got. I was like, come on now, Treasure. So Ashton told her, what happened. It was like, yeah, this is what happened. Exactly what Black China, was saying. And so Ashton and Treasure was going back and forth, and they was like, listen, we will meet up with your mom. No matter how crazy, no matter how toxic Toni is, y'all need to, talk this out. This is not good. And of course, Black China is all in agreement with it because she wants to have a relationship with her mother, okay? Now, don't forget, honey, Tokio Toni does not like Treasure. For whatever reason, all right? She doesn't like Treasure. She sees Treasure as a bad influence on her daughter. And Treasure knows this. She was like, listen, I will talk to your mother, even though she don't like me. So Treasure said that, even though your mother doesn't like me, I want you and her to have some type of relationship. You two need to talk. And I was thinking to myself, honey, ain't enough time had went by. Okay? They just had a knockdown drag out. At least give it a couple of weeks. But anyway, Ashton, she made a call to Tokio Toni, and she was like, oh, hey, Ashton. Tokio Toni, I guess she likes Ashton. But he was like, yeah, Treasure's here too. And Tokio Toni was like, she does not like Treasure. So Ashton was like, listen, I hope you're doing okay. Just wanted to talk about what happened last night. So they went back and forth. And so he was like, is there any way you can meet with us? We want to talk about this. We hope that you and, China can, work this out. So Tokio Toni, she picked a park and, so they was like, fine. So we have Ashton, we have Treasure. Tokio Toni and her security guard is standing there, all right? They show up, and Ashton, he hugs, Toni, and Treasure, she gets the darts of hell. Honey, Tokio Toni don't have no use for Treasure, and she let that be known. There is no secret there. So they start talking. Now, this whole meeting's supposed to be how China and Toni can get together and talk. Now, we all know that's not going to happen. And when it does happen, it's not going to end well. They need some major counseling, okay? A little meet up in the park is not going to work, okay? It's just so much damage there. It's so many hurt feelings. How in the world can you tell your daughter to suck a penis and your daughter is throwing a pineapple, wanting to throw a pineapple figurine at their mother's head, and you think a little get together, at some diner or whatever is going to work things out? I think not. Honey, this is years of pain and turmoil. Honey, they need a counselor. Okay, a counselor. So, instead of it being that, it turned into the Tokio Toni and Treasure show. It turned into why Tokio Toni don't like Treasure. Honey, they was going at it. And I was like, oh my God. Tokio Toni is saying that Treasure, Tokio Toni is saying that, Treasure's a bad influence. She don't need to be around her daughter. We all know how she met her daughter, I guess at the strip club. And so Treasure was like, listen, all right, I became, China's friend because she wanted me to become friends with her. She came up to me and asked me, and we became friends. She's my best friend. And if that's why you don't like me, so be it. So they going back and forth. It gets heated. Tokio Toni done took off her coat. And so Ashton is just standing there. He was like, Lord have mercy. He said, we done went off the rails, okay? Treasure was like, oh, okay. She done took off her coat. She must don't know who I am, okay? Now, I'm not trying to beat my best friend's mama down, okay? I'm not trying to beat an older woman down, okay? It's Treasure was like, I know her age, okay? She know my age. I would hurt this woman, okay? But I'm not going to because that's my best friend's mom. So, things start to, get more heated, all right? And Treasure says, listen, she is pushing every button I have. It is taking all my powers not to bust her in the jaw. Okay, I don't know what's going to happen, but I ain't it. I'm not it. And of course, Tokio Toni, she was like, I will hurt this girl. I will hurt every disrespectful bone in her body. And Treasure was not being disrespectful. Treasure was holding her own. Treasure was calm. Treasure, she raised her voice a little bit, but she was trying to get across to Toni, this ain't about us. Okay, what have I done to you? This is about your relationship with your daughter. This done went crazy. So anyway, they cut it off right there when it started getting heated between, Tokio Toni and Treasure. But Ashton just wanted Tokio Toni and Black China to have a meeting so they can just talk out their problems. So as we see next week, Black China and Tokio Toni is at some restaurant, trying to discuss some things. Y'all, it ain't gonna work, okay? Tokio Toni has a huge chip on her shoulder, and China is just too hurt to understand why her mother treats her like this. Y'all, they need a serious family counselor, okay? A mess. But anyway, guys, that is the review. Don't forget, the Real Black China is on Verse. The Real Black China is on Zeus. It is $3.95, and I am enjoying it. The first 2 episodes, I really like it. I really, really like it. It's not too long. It's quick and to the point, all right? Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, bye.